Good night, good night, good night. Welcome to another episode of Sunday Vibes Live. I know if for those of you who've read the community tab, I told you all we would start around 7-ish, and right, I had first of all, let me apologize for that. Like, this weekend was real busy. Even today, I just found myself doing a lot of things, and I didn't get time to test till like a hour before, and stuff wasn't working out. I was missing chords here and there, and I couldn't get to set up the space in time to do the workout, the board games workout. I know we said we're starting it this Sunday, but I'll have to postpone it till next Sunday, so we'll start then, right? Hopefully I should have all the kinks worked out, because this weekend it was like a piece. Don't mind, we in July. Happy July. Welcome to July. This is the month that we are basically going to try and survive each work week with $100. Spoilers, yes. So that's my plan for, well, I already started recording that kinda, and that happened like today. Hey, good night, Angela. Good night, Bobby from Labre. Big up Labre. No, we had a on and off weekend, meaning here in Trinidad and Tobago. When I mean on and off, I mean it rained one minute, next minute the sun come out blazing. It was like back and forth. I'm not sure in your areas if it rained continuously. At least on my side and the spots I visited, it was rain in the morning, sun like mid-morning into the afternoon, and then some rain in between. Hey, Melvin in motion. Good night, good night, good night. Yeah. So we just had some technical difficulties with the workout, but I just wanted to show you all, like, I wanted to do the game and show you all everything. But hey, Sean, good night, good night. But this is basically what we was planning to do. I don't know where I show you all this. Woo, yeah. Let's see if I could get this on this side here, so you can see this. Right. So this was the game. Hey, Looney Boys, welcome to the house. Good night, good night. That's a big up the Looney Boys. That's another local YouTubers here in Trinidad and Tobago. You can always check them out, you know. They always do some good fishing stuff and all around epic stuff. So yeah. Hey, Maria. Yes, best channel on YouTube. Oh, I appreciate that. Appreciate that so much. And I'll let her know that you said hello. Right. I just showed you what I wanted to, the game I wanted to play earlier. This was it. Right. So this was what we was planning to do, like between 7 to between 7 to now. That was a demand. Good night. So that was what the plan was, between 7 to 8, and then from 8, you know, jump into the regular Sunday Vibes Live. But technical difficulty, I couldn't set up the two cameras in time, because I wanted one like in the screen in the corner here, so it would have been on the board itself, and then the next one on me on the workout. But the spacing, the cleanup, right, I didn't get time to set it up properly. And when I did get chance to set it up properly, it stopped working. One of the cameras wasn't working. Hey, Shivan, good night from the NYC. Big up, big up. Yeah, so that's why we're gonna start next week for sure, though. Hey, I appreciate it, Looney Boys, for always, you know, supporting the content and everything. You always know his one love, brother. Always. So, but next week for sure, we'll start the board games. We have 4 more Sundays in July. So yeah. Now the thing is, right, if you want to follow along, you know, I'll go through step by step how we do it. Come next week for sure. I'll have that set up. We'll organize. And my thought is that if it is you want to join me in the workout during the 7 to 8 session of the Sunday Vibes Live, feel free to join me. If you want to record a clip of yourself and send it to me, I'll leave information on that, how to do that, in the description after this live is finished. Just in case you want to, you know, send me some videos, I'll add that to the overall video, the board games video that we'll be partially recording as well as on the live kind of thing. So yeah, and that video will drop next month sometime, because basically going to spend this month doing that workout every Sunday. I have done this challenge, like I did this board games every day for a month straight, so that, like, given my normal life, everyday life, so it's not like because this week and all, I've been going to start training for UE half marathon. I'm not even sure if they're going to have a half marathon this year, but I'm starting to train for that this week here. I started gym 3 weeks ago, and of course I am going on to try and survive on $100 for the week, this week here, and the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, yeah, basically the rest of July. So yeah, today I made groceries, and yeah, so I sit down and had to think about that. And the reason why I wanted to start early is because I still have to, go upstairs and start to prepare for tomorrow, because tomorrow is day one basically for the $100 a week challenge. Hey Rion, good night. So you all heard it here. We on for that. That will drop next month, because I'm going to try and survive this whole month on that. And once again, it's just going to be food only. We're not going to include gas. We're not going to include miscellaneous stuff. This time is like last time I did that video, I did a combination of buying food and groceries. This time is strictly groceries. So basically I went through like the comments in those videos and picked out my ideal stuff based on what I see people was posting in the comments, as well as what I think I may be able to eat for the whole week, this week and the rest of the month, because essentially that's how I'm going to go. I might change up the order in which I eat things, but basically I'll be eating the same thing each week, because we're also doing a second video in the grocery hopping. We are going to see if you can get those same items for $100 at 4 different groceries this month. Yeah, so that is how it's going to go. Hey Kevin, good night. King Cole, good night, and big up everyone. Looney Boys is saying I think we need to do a fish tea video, Yeah, I up for that, but it wouldn't be. Looney, message me. I'll see if I can make some time this month, because although this month I'm doing the challenge, I'm not sure if I'll have time, but message me the details of that and we'll organize. And spoilers, you heard it right here, folks, in case that does come about. Actually no, it will come about. We'll do a collab with Looney Boys and we'll organize. Hey Zahir, good night. Yeah, so let me just go back. So I had some technical difficulties for those of you who now join. Hey Ade bro, we had some technical difficulties. I wanted to do a workout with you all tonight, like between 7 and 8, and before we start the regular Sunday Vibes Live, but unfortunately I couldn't get the two cameras to work, and it's like alright, so I'll have to sort that out next week. But next week we'll start board games, and like I said, if you want to follow along, I'll have all the information on the screen, or I'll talk it out and we'll go through everything. Hopefully we'll get that done. Also the next 4 Sundays, Sunday Vibes Live, especially the board games workout, that will be also for a part of our video that is upcoming. There will be, each week we'll have a giveaway as well. The details for that giveaway, let me show you all. I'll be giving away socks. Yeah. This is Compliment Main Stage Activewear. It is what we call compression socks, right? Next week you'll get more information on this, but I have a pair of socks each week to give away, thanks to Main Stage Activewear, who will be sponsoring those workouts and the Sunday Vibes Live come next week, and more on that next week. So yeah, Main Stage Activewear is activewear mainly for women. So yeah, but you'll get more from that next week. Alright, more information and everything. We'll have a special guest for that come next week as well. Brandon, I appreciate the love in the content. I'm glad that sometimes the work and the efforts and the ideas that goes into making Trinbago Vibes what it is appreciated and supported by you all. Always love the support. And big up. Well, I'm gonna jump into a few other things just now. Yes, is because next reason why I wanted to probably start early as well and might keep this live short is because I have to go and prep for the week. Yeah, I didn't really start that yet because I came back up the road late. This whole weekend I've been recording stuff for July, because in the month of July, because I would be doing this challenge for the whole month. It takes up my schedule time, and in certain things, especially food wise, I wouldn't be able to I wouldn't have the funds to spend the money on food videos or food vlogs if you want. Zahir is asking what about the Pilori run. Yeah, I'll do that in August, unless somebody willing to sponsor me Polari hopping this month. I don't mind, but the funds this month here is going to spend like trying to survive the month on $100 a week. That's what we're going to do for the whole month. But if anybody offers me something, I'm not going to refuse. I know that way is kind of cheating, and this wrongs as well. Apart from what I bought at the groceries to survive, like okay, I have a mango tree in the yard, so if I get mango from the tree, I'll be using that as part of the challenge as well. And yeah, and because I'll also doing a grocery hopping, so each Sunday I should say, or the month, be doing groceries for that week, and as a result of that, I did not include salt in that, because if I buy a pack of salt in one grocery run, that would last almost the whole month depending. So it doesn't make sense. Like I wanted to try and to buy a certain amount of items to see if I could get these things at each grocery that I'm going to check out this month, just to survive the week. So, and I think like salt and black pepper and garlic and onion, I keep that off the list. So in a sense, it's not fully surviving, because normally you would have to include that. But I mean, if it is spending the full 400 at the beginning of the month, I might be able to get all that and probably survive the month just on that. But because I'm doing it this way, that's how it's going to be. So there are some exceptions, there are some rules in it, right? But it'll still be a challenge, because if you think it's easy, and not, well, at least for me, I know some people probably go through this, and I hear you and I feel you, and I'll be part of it. But to eat the same thing every day, there's one thing to do it for 1 week here, but to do it 4 weeks in a row, that will be the challenge. So we'll see how things go. This is the month of July. So yeah, so this weekend I've been recording. I bounced up a lovely couple. I took a selfie with them earlier today down south in Gopal and have a big up them if by chance they are watching the live. I didn't even get the names. I was like, but hopefully they tag me in a photo that they upload or whatnot on Instagram or something, and we'll see how that goes. And yeah, so that you'll see that video coming next month. Spoilers is bubble tea. So hey, look. So yeah, Sean is saying I would like to see some of the prep, since I don't know how to cook for the $100 a week. Well, yeah. You'll definitely see some of those, because I'll be doing that, because I split up the grocery video. I have a separate video for the grocery and a separate video for the $100 a week, as compared to the first time where I had a combination of both. I will actually have in between some prep work, so you'll get to see that, Sean. So don't worry, all that coming. And yes, I really appreciate that. It takes some planning. It takes a good bit of planning, like to do these ideas, and sometimes I record stuff in advance, because it's only the weekend really and truly I have, and there's a balance between organizing content, seeing about life, house rules, the married life, all that, and yeah, and then overall surviving, I guess, and trying to keep fit among the other things I'm trying to do. So I appreciate the support all the time, like the watching all the video till the end. Even if you make it 70%, that's cool too. It helps in the analytics, and hitting that like button and even leaving a comment, all that helps. I appreciate that so much. As I say, he appreciated New York roti hopping. Yeah, boy. Dread. I won't lie. Like Queens and Brooklyn, New York have a lot of West Indian spots, and like people might say whatever, but New York is one of the best spots for me. Like I love visiting New York. You have so much things to do, and each time you go, it's a different experience. So yeah. So I can't wait to visit again. Hopefully, I don't know when next that might be. If next year or the following year, I'm not sure, because I just have to see how things going. This year basically we tap out in the traveling overseas, I should say. Hoping to do some Tobago stuff later in the year. And Zahir is saying you went Ali's roti shopping in New York last week. How was it? How was the roti there at Ali's? Anyway, you let me know. Right. So next week, next week, next week, next month, yeah. So we have, like, I giving you the updates now. One time it's 8 o'clock. Yeah, man. Updates now for July. What I've recorded this month here, well, last month I should say, because we're in July now. In June, you have a sushi video that's up and coming. You have another hotel review. You have technically you have two tea videos in this month. I drop in. Wait and see. Spoilers, I'm not gonna give away that. The man is asking if my wife is doing the challenge with me for this month or if it's a solo adventure. It's she don't tell me. No, this is all me. So this is a solo adventure. Cause spoilers with that $100 a week. Let's just say I'm basically going to be vegan, right? The protein part in that is very challenging. So I have some, but it's not enough as far as I'm concerned. So I'm basically going vegan. So this one will be very interesting. You will see come when our video drop in August. And Zahir is yeah, and he's saying hey Christopher, good night. You're saying he appreciate the honesty in the Hilton videos as well. Well, yeah. It's been nice sometimes to get sponsored a video by probably these hotels if I could get up for bringing me on to review it. But at the same time, sometimes I'm glad to like pay for my experience. I mean, if it's sponsored from somebody outside the hotel, that'd be even better. But it'd be cool to pay for it myself so I could give you all an honest review, because sometimes when people say sponsor you, like the owners of these places sponsor you to do these things, there's like a certain different exchange in a sense now, so you tend to be a little biased. So I'm happy I'm able to give you all an honest review, even for some of the sponsor stuff, like the food vlogs and things. Like I tell people up front, hey, if your food tastes enough to par, I'm gonna tell you, yeah. And for the most part, everybody like yeah, they will use that as feedback to improve, which is always a good thing, right? So yeah. Yes, I will still be honest. So, but I'll tell them that up front, and that will be part of whatever contract that we are doing for those sponsorship. Because at the end of the day, right, doing these videos, you all trust me and you trust my words and you trust my honesty, and I'm not going to do anything to compromise that. Even if I'm being a little biased, I will let you all know. I'll tell you, hey, a little biased with this because so and so is the case, right? But I mean, I've tried to be as transparent as possible. What is my, and once again, remember, all this is based on what I like and what I see, and my taste may not be your taste per se, and that's fine too, because not everybody would like the same thing or enjoy the same thing. But at least I would like to think I give you all the best options, the best advice to choose from, so you all can make your informed decisions, or at least that is my aim, right? So yeah. Well, Stephen boy, well, all he doing is joining the T-Max squad. He and Taz. Inside joke there. Yeah. Those were some good days back in the days. Right. So so we have our next hotel review video coming up. We have a sushi video coming up. We have bubble tea is coming up, and we have something else. I appreciate voice there. And yeah, so let's jump into yesterday's video drop, chat GPT. Now I've seen some comments for people saying that, hey, how come that chat GPT bias and all these things. I'm gonna address all these issues one time. Now I'm not no spokesperson for this. I'm just using the AI software because that's just how the technology is coming, and you have to, regardless of what, it is the future, and you have to keep up with technology or you will be left behind. That's what I believe, and so forth. And I'm a man who always enjoy technology to an extent, right? And it's always be cool just to be updated. Ever since I've been young, like whatever the trend was, I still always jump on it, check it out, and I'm fortunate in such that I have seen the evolution Like, I was around before the internet was the internet, before we had cell phones and all these things, you know. Those back in the days are the cassette days, even record days. I ain't as old to get to say 8-track and thing, but I know about it because I'm my dad and whatnot. So it's always been nice to see how the technology is coming forward. Hey, Tybal, technology is good night, good night. So yes, so it's always cool to see what ChatGPT is saying and Dread. It's amazing, and like I mentioned in the video yesterday, that is the worst form of AI we'll be ever interacting with, and it's stunning and frightening at the same time. The pace at which AI software is just rolling out. As some people say in the comment for the videos, yeah, it's kind of just now, you know. Next, just now we will have the T800. Hilcon, good night. I appreciate you all as well. Yeah, boys, I heard the dial-up. Ooh, I remember them days with dial-up modem, like when the internet don't come and you have that. Young people these days would not know the struggle, where you had to wait until like your parents hang up the phone and thing in the night and then go quick online, and you only had 20 hours of internet that you could use, unless you get an unlimited password from some company or something, and then it was, yeah, that was heaven. That was a treasure. That was, yeah. And then like how we are chatting here, hey Kevin, good night, Bado. And yeah, and then I remember waiting forever on Napster for like 5 meg to download. Like that would download in 2 hours time. You know, with ICQ days where you send a message and then 5 minutes afterwards you're waiting for another message. Kids these days do not know the struggle, you know. So yeah, it's nice to grow up during the eras and just witness. It's amazing to witness the evolution of technology as time goes by. Kevin is asking if I'm in Trinidad right now. I've been in Trinidad for the past month. Yeah, like the video, the roti hopping, you saw me in New York. That was dropped like 2 or 3 weeks after I came back, because I had offer. So I would record stuff in advance, and depending on what is happening in Trinidad or what I think might be more hit. So I had the roti hopping New York video, but it had 2 other events that happened right after the next, and I thought that would be more that took priority over the hot doubles hopping in New York video. So that's why it gets pushed back. And sometimes that has happened. So sometimes it may not be like right away or the day before that happens. I'll let you all know on the live when it happens and whatnot. Yes, Hilison is asking, the videos where you're tasting the roti, do you eat the whole thing because it's one belly full? Depends. And the answer, and truthfully, like if I roti hopping, to be honest with you all, it depends. If I go hungry, I might eat, depending on the size of the roti too, I might eat half, and then for the others, depending on how full it is, I might eat half for the most part and save the rest for later. But it's not like I won't finish the roti. I'll just taste everything about it. Like if it's more than 3 or 4, I would actually save it and eat it down the line, either in the evening or the next day or something. So yeah, so it's just to taste it, make sure they get the flavors in. So that is basically what I do. In New York case, I kind of split that up. I did it in 2 days because it's just how the distances and the traveling is. Sometimes it took me 2 hours just to reach one spot. Now the nice thing when I reach one spot is like everything else close by, yeah. But sometimes because of the traveling and the limited time I had there and what I wanted to do, I took like basically 2 days to do the videos in New York. As for the doubles, I would eat like 4 or 5 doubles, full doubles, and from the 6th one is really I might eat half a bar just to taste it and give you all the honest review. And once again, I'll save it for later, because by that point is, yeah boy, the video I did where I ate 9 doubles, so that one actually that was my record, I should say. I want to eat everything. Like I went full blast. I don't know how I did that, and I was surprised myself. But normally after the 4th doubles, probably the 5th one, I would like eat only half a bar just to get the taste and to get the review and save the rest. So yeah, so that's that's it. Haley is now saying in the chat, if you didn't see that, she was now showing she needs to talking about the rotary phones. You'll see that in one of them local museums we have now. Really, that was our next thing. I remember my grandparents having, and when I used to spend the day by them, and to call my parents who was at work to come and pick me up to find out what's going on. Ooh, it used to be fun though. It used to take a while. The good old days. Daddy Dude is asking what's going on and what's the plan for the upcoming videos. Well, the next video, like I mentioned earlier, is going to be a sushi video, so you can look out for that. And then after that, it'll be a hotel review. We have some bubble tea as well this month, and one or two other things in plan. Is but because this month initially, basically, are doing a month challenge. Yeah, so there are certain things I would be doing like I would normally do for the month, and as have plans what I want to record. I have plans of stuff that I want to do till September, like a layout, tentative video ideas or video plans. So we have stuff going until September into October. It may get updated depending on like if something happened in Trinidad here and there, or if I've been talks with certain sponsors here and there for certain things and stuff. Any collabs with Bushman? I'm supposed to join Bushman actually in a fishing video, but I'll be doing that probably on his channel because he came on mine for the roti hopping. So yeah, you can probably look out for that. I'm not sure when that will happen, but it'll happen sometime hopefully before the year's finish. And because saying she enjoyed the Hyatt video. Yeah, appreciate that. It's fun to do the reviews in hotels and give you all honest opinions, because sometimes it'll be like I try to move like a never see come see, because it's like, hey, let me give all you that kind of vibes, Sometimes I'd be like I'm that, because like for the Hyatt hotel with the ice thing, right, I did not know that before, and it's only now, like anytime I go in and stay in a hotel, I realize, oh yeah, on each floor there's an ice machine. I was like, how come I never knew that before? So yeah. Hey Shirley, good night. Christopher is saying the best doubles you've had in years was a couple weeks ago in Carnage. Well, that's interesting. You're talking about close to the fish fry. I know you used to have a doubles man just by that junction on the right hand side. Is like, I can't remember. I think they have a big circle now. But other than that, yeah. In this video, in this video that I dropped last night, West Indian doubles right there on in Marval there. Their doubles was surprisingly good, boy. I'm surprised I didn't do them when I did the 8 doubles in one morning. Oh yeah, that one and all I kind of eat almost every doubles there. That was so that was the record at the time before I do the Naparima Maya Road. And yeah. And Daddy Do is I'm not sure if you all saw this in the chat. He's saying that you can mix meats at chimichangas, with the tacos. So that's a cool thing to know. So yeah. Hey, out of all the breakfasts I had at the hotels I stayed, Hyatt breakfast wins. I seen that now live. Like before, some years ago, I did a video in the membership where I clipped now when we were staying in Hyatt. At the time I was saying Hilton for me was still the best, but after the Hilton experience I had, it was like, okay, now I have to change my thoughts on that. Like Hilton breakfast, I find some years ago was real good. I think this time around it was the standards dropped a little bit. It was still okay, but it was better some years ago. But right now in Trinidad, at least, Hyatt has the best breakfast buffet there is. Christopher is saying the lady on the right before the Big Ben. Yeah. That is close to the fish fry there, like that you see in the video. Oh, and Daddy Do saying you can mix meats at chimichangas in the tacos and it's the same price you pay. That's pretty cool. So that's a nice foodie hack. Hey Greg, good night. Please hit the thumbs up button. Yes, that would be appreciated. Yeah, Bobby. Don't worry. So don't worry. We gonna link up with Bushman and a few others at some point during to the rest of the year. We'll have to see how the weather going these days as well, because you know how the weather is be here in Trinidad. Right now it's like mini rainy season, so it doesn't guarantee what will happen. Either rain falling real heavy or the sun come out blazing. The sun was real hot last weekend and parts of this weekend. And like when I went to Maracas for that chat GPT. Oh, I was saying people. I forgot a straight from the point because I tried to answer the questions as it comes in, and at the same time, you know how the story flowing. People are saying ChatGPT was kind of biased because basically it was not, and to me it's like that wasn't bad, because when it is you driving whole day, right? That would be a tool in itself, and it'd be good to sometimes stay in one area, especially if you're exploring, and if you're a foreigner coming down. Yes, it's situated north and it's not tackling other parts of Trinidad, but I think you need a day for each other part of Trinidad to fully experience it, to get the best out of it now. I mean, it'll be good sometimes to get other alternatives, and that's why when I said in the video, if you watch the video, I said the overall everything was good, but it needs tweaking a little bit, because I still find it was too much to do in such a short period of time. Because even if we had chance to go in the museum, like at least at 2-3 hours, if you had chance to fully walk through the botanical garden, basically I just went in there for a little bit just to satisfy the algorithm, so to speak. But the botanical garden is at least an hour. You can see how the times adds up, and by the time you hit that avenue, you will be tired. So not everybody could move at that pace, but I also understand sometimes, especially when I go a place for the first time, I will want to maximize my day. So it's good in a sense to give you an idea of an itinerary, and we'll go through some of our itineraries right here. But to say it's biased, it's not really biased. It's AI. It can't be biased. It's just based on whatever it thinks at the moment is one option, Altiana saying, do you think we can really survive on $100 a week? Well, I'm going to find out this month, because it's already started. Well, it's going to technically start from tomorrow. Today I made the groceries, so from tomorrow is the 3rd until the 29th, I will try. So each work week, this month, I'm going to try and see if I could survive on that. Halion, yeah. Zahir is asking that in the $100 round you can eat stuff you already have in stock in your house. No, it's only what I bought in the grocery for the week. The only exceptions to that is the salt, black pepper, onion, and garlic. Those four things, and of course, well, water. We're using government juice, water from the pipe, water stuff. It's a good thing I have a filter here, so we're safe. And hey, Amarli, good night. Yeah, so that is basically, and no, I would not be using. The only thing that could be carried forward in this challenge is stuff already bought from the week before, but basically I'm trying to buy the same thing every week. So yeah, and it's a challenge for a reason. There is some rules and there is some exceptions, right? So yeah, the only thing that I would accept is, like, if during the challenge I pick a mango from a tree, I eating that, or if somebody brings food for me, I'm not going to refuse, because on a daily basis that could happen. If you pass by your parents' house and they offer you food, you're going to tell them no, nah. So in that aspect, that is also I'm also going to give me the liberty to do that. But for the most part, I'm going to try and survive on the food I bought for the week. So that is a challenge, right? Those things I mentioned just now, those are far and in between. It may not even happen. I'm just saying, if it does, yeah. So that's that. Yeah, let me jump into the chat GPT stuff now, and let me see some more options. So this was the one where we had to do this. This was the first one it gave me, and right, you see, and I say remember to check. day in Trinidad. Plan another day in Trinidad. Let me see what are gonna pop out. So while I'm popping up, Daddy do say need an update on some cheap eats places. I need to survive on a budget. This channel is really informative. Daddy dude, come on man, you should check out my cheap eats video, my barbecue video. We did that. We did the barbecue in the barbecue hopping video, and although it wasn't part of cheap eats, but I did do the piper box, they call it. Yeah. So neck and back, and that wasn't bad, boy. Neck and back and some fries for $10. Can't go wrong there. I was planning to do another cheap eats video actually. That was my original plan, to do it this month, so I could drop it. I mean, not this month, in June, because June finish, month end was Friday, and this weekend July start. Getting mixed up, so I apologize. I wanted to film that last month in June, right? But I didn't get the chance, right? But because I was planning to film another cheap eats video, because I saw some spots with some $12 roti and stuff. So I wanted to do another cheap eats video to drop this month, but I just didn't get a chance to do it, and now I'll have to wait till August, till after this challenge, to do something like that. But you know, we'll see how things go. Let me see. Start your day by visiting the Carney Bird Sanctuary. Now the Carney Bird Sanctuary have early morning tours, which I want to do a video on actually, because that is where you see all the birds flying off for the first time in the morning, and it'll be spectacular. It's called the breakfast tour or something, so with nanans, yeah. And after the boat tour, head to the nearby village of St. Augustine. You visit UE. Well, I'm not sure about if people could visit UE, especially during the day. The security may stop you if you don't have a UE pass or not part of the property itself. So like ChatGPT is still learning things. They say I'll take a stroll by the nearby botanical gardens. UE botanical, I mean, they have the cocoa aspect of things, but they don't really have a botanical gardens, and that is more for the students there, the agriculture students. So in this case here, like it'll be, if I was doing this, if this itinerary did pop up when I was doing the ChatGPT itinerary, I'll have to skip this. And they say have lunch at a local restaurant in St. Augustine. Try like such as kalaloo or pilau. Hey, pilau. I did mention that in the last live. You know, one of the another national dishes in Trinidad and Tobago is pilau. Another one is kalaloo. I know probably kalaloo is a thing throughout the Caribbean and all over, but some people probably know it as, I know, spinach soup. Probably, you know. But yeah, kalaloo is our next good food. Crab and dumpling. I'm not sure where you can get crab and dumpling in St. Augustine, but there's some. You're closer to Europe, you're close to some good double spots. And then after lunch, make your way to Itinerary Nature Center. This looks like a central/east itinerary, which is good though. Yeah, you see, and from Itinerary, you go to Aripo Caves, and then in the dread, like this whole, the first morning and afternoon, basically is your whole day there, right? They're saying return to Port and visit Brian Lara Promenade. No, I don't recommend that in the evening, night. Don't mind I did it in this one. And like just come to Arapita and Lime if you have the energy to. So this is another option. Let me just plan another day in Trinidad. So it'd be cool to see this and how it works and everything. And you see, just type something and just waiting for it to generate whatever it is, and it'll be good to just go over it. And some things you realize is possible, some things you'll have to skip, some things you have to tweak overall. So it just so happened that I kind of get a good one on a first try for the video from yesterday. And by the way, when I went Maracas that day, that morning, it's one of the best I've seen Maracas in the longest while. I won't lie to you all. You also the drone shots I got, which was from the DJI Mini 3. Yeah, that was the maiden flight there. So yeah, and it worked. Oh my gosh, that was like Dwight Lewis for dronography. There's a person who does drone flying and stuff and commercially, and he told me, hey, I would love the DJI Mini 3, and he was right. It was nice. Hey, AMS Gemstones, good night, good night. Alright, so let me check out the third itinerary populated by ChatGPT. Begin your day by visiting the beautiful Labre Pitch Lake. Hope you all check out my Labre video. AMS Gemstone is asked what's new in Trinidad. Not much, same old, same old. I'll jump into that. Actually, we have something to the two things to talk about after we go through ChatGPT. So I'll come back to that just now. AMS, because one of them is a kind of gripe in a sense. And I'm sorry if you don't need to listen to me, but I just had to jump into that. And I'll jump into that gripe a little bit. I just want to go through what is here saying. After the pitch lake, head to San Fernando. Yeah, San Fernando Hill. Gulf of Paria. Basically, this is a kind of perfect day to start off south. You know, Labre in the morning, early in the morning, and you can get food down Labre side as well, or visit the beach down Labre side as well as an alternative. If you check out my Labre video, you'll see all that, and then come into San Fernando afterwards. And basically, you heading back up north in the afternoon, Temple by the Sea, which is good. Then you. Now, what the thing is, right, the National Academy for the Performing Arts, most of their shows is be in the evening into the night, and that could be it there. I like that one, Christopher. So if anybody didn't read the chat, right, Christopher said he asked ChatGPT how best to achieve the TNT experience, and it told him to, just sit on the couch and binge watch Trinbago vibes. Hey, that's a good plan too, who am I to, go against the algorithm? Yeah, see, Labre video was one of your favorites. Thank you so much. Oh, that's nice. It's always be cool to randomly, because I'll pull out the camera and just record driving stuff, and then I'll have people message or come to me, hey, you passed my family house, hey, you passed my house, hey, you passed my grandma's house, and it'd be cool sometimes just to have those random interactions, and it's like, I'm happy you enjoyed it, because if that is your grandmother's home, and I'm sure you would have some memories down on that side, so hopefully the video brought back some memories. EMS said he's thinking of sponsoring another video. By the way, if you all don't know, he's the one who sponsored my Arima video. He's from Arima, and that video was possible thanks to him, and I appreciate all the support, brother. So yeah, when I always message and we'll see what's going on. Well, this month I done kind of booked up on the things I'm doing because I am doing a challenge for the whole month. So any other stuff will have to happen in August. So that is the only thing. So yeah. And yeah, what they say here, right? So after Temple by the Sea, head into yeah, that was a nice video. Arima. It was cool to explore Arima. That's the first time I actually visited the hill. Up, I'm forgetting the name of the hill, but yeah, and it was epic just to see the plains of Trinidad. It was just cool up there. And they say so the National Academy for the Performing Arts is a cool spot to visit in the evening night and taking a show there if they have any shows there. And then they say they stroll through the Queen's Park Savannah night. I wouldn't recommend that. I would just say chill by right opposite the Napa has the food court. That would be something to do, and then good to go. You can skip out everything else here at the evening, because it was thing because ChatGPT is based on the American systems. They don't realize it'll be nighttime by the time this evening reach after a day at Napa. So you see, that not everything you could take for ChatGPT, but it's a nice software to play around with and to experiment, and it can help. Like, I might start using it to see what options or ideas I could get from it, or certain titles. If I have a title for a certain video I'm doing, I'll try to use it and see if it will come up with a better title than what I wanna use for the videos. And yeah, wanted to keep this short because I still have to prep for this week, and I think we was full blast. Thank you. Oh no, wait. The AMS, yes, the two stuff that is happening here in Trinidad. Well, we have local elections that is coming up next month, so I expect campaigning for that to happen soon. Some roads to be paved. Who knows? We'll see what's going on. And outside that, I saw a video. I'm not sure if you all saw it, and it is a gripe at this point in time. I'm just going to tell you all up front, and this is my stand on it. Sean is saying if you give ChatGPT some, yeah, I guess once everybody start using it and keep, inputting the information on Trinidad, it'll start to get better at it, and especially the sunsets. Because I always look up sunset time sometimes just to get that sunset spot or sunset review. Most time the clouds are be foiled by cloud shred. That'd be annoying. Anyway, back to my gripe. I saw in a particular graduation, I'm not going to call out the school name or anything. Right, for a particular graduation, a certain school, not school, didn't allow some of their students to walk in the front entrance, and they had to walk into the side entrance, because they have a archaic rule in place, right? And it's based on the students here. They didn't allow them to walk through the front, and they had to walk through the side for their own graduation. And the argument is that there are rules in place for such things, and I would argue those rules are old and need to be revised in this day and age, especially here in Trinidad and Tobago, where people are singing here every creed and race find an equal place. Those rules no longer need to exist because they belong in the colonial times, not right now, and that is my gripe. And whoever is arguing, I think they made the Ministry of Education, the Education Minister did make a statement about it, and she condemned it, but at the same time she went back to the rules are there for a reason. And yes, throughout history we have had rules and they were updated because in this day and age those rules should not exist anymore. That is just my thoughts, that's my gripes on it, and hopefully that is sorted out. I feel sorry for my fellow youths and them who want to experience these things, because I mean, come now man, we have all kind of thing going on right now. Certain things they could sort out without a second thought, right? But anyway, let me not end on those negative aspects. Before I forgot to mention, I have to big up Alan Charles Photography, aka Trini Surfer. For those of you who are Roman Catholic and in the Catholic news right now, he has a question and answer article. My wife brought it for me, but I don't have it. And let me see if I could find it, boy. He sent me it, and he's like, one of the questions they ask is like you say, are there any other local content creators who are good or who he's follow on in Trinidad? And he stated that he have a good relationship with Hungry Belly, 868, and Foodie Tales with Zach. They do some good stuff on Instagram, and I think all of them is Lime. And this is Trini, so we're talking about. But this is the next part, right? And there's also a guy called Trinbago Vibes, and he does a great job of covering the cultural aspects of Trinidad. Yeah, so I got big up in an article in the Catholic News. Alright, so that was cool to bring up Trini so far, and Charles, somebody who doing some fantastic work highlighting the waterfalls, the beaches and everything, and even going through some hotels here in Trinidad and Tobago. So yeah. And Christopher is saying, from what I saw, the students here, it seemed, Christopher, I agree with you. And the mere fact they had them coming, I mean, is that graduation, is that a church outside the school compound. So even if you have the rules within the church, at least for graduations, you could make some exceptions. You had to force people to do that, boy. I ain't calling out the school name or anything, but people who have read the news on Trinidad and Tobago would know what we're talking about. But yeah, so shout out Trini Surfer and Juno. You know, they do some cool stuff. Right, so now we coming down to the end of the live. Hilson is saying, if the here was an issue where they entering daily 13 classes. Exactly, Hilson. Thank you. That is itself. So it's also a poor part on the school itself to not inform before graduation, dread. So they on shit, and that stuff need to. Sorry for my language, but that stuff need to be sorted out here in Trinidad and Tobago, dread. Just saying. So we on the deep end. Gemstone is saying, hey, let's expand Trinbago vibes. Message me, bro. Message me and we'll chat about that. It'll be nice to expand, but right now it's like as we just booked up and busy, and yeah. But I don't mind, listening to some ideas. Hey, Nitan Fazil. Good night, and welcome to the vibes again. Yes. Well, I appreciate the work I do. It's get recognized. It's always be good to have, It's always be good to be recognized for the stuff that we do. So yeah, to the deep end. So here everything goes now. I went on taking Flash this week on here as well. How right now they're saying this is Flash kind of bombing because not much people going to see it, and overall I find it was a good movie. Spoilers, Batman in that movie was a badass. Michael Keaton Batman was just epic. I won't lie, he make that movie take it to the next level, and I don't care what people say. I know they had this thing with Ezra Miller, and they was hitting it for 6 before the movie even came out, and right now it's like everybody saying it's a horrible movie, that it's a shipping movie and all these things, but they probably didn't see the movie. I enjoyed it. Trust me, I find it was good. The CGI was it could have been better to be honest with you all, but I find it was a fun movie. And yeah, and that's about it. The next one I think I'm going to take in the cinemas will be Indiana Jones. I'm not sure when that will happen. And yeah, but we'll see how things go. And I know it have Mission Impossible coming up as well. Hey Namala, yeah, we wrapping up in a little bit because I have to go and do some prepping for the week before tomorrow comes. So yeah. So that's why I'm wrapping up now. I started a little early. I wanted to start it earlier because I had board games to do, but I had some technical difficulties, so I had to postpone it till next week. But I start this wrong. Next week hopefully we'll start 7. And yeah, Michael proved he's the real deal. Yeah, Michael was always the real deal in the Spider-Man as Vulture. I find he was epic in the Spider-Man as Vulture, and as Batman he was epic here. AMS Jefferson Extraction 2, yeah boy. Chris Hemsworth, that was a good one. That was a good one as well. Taking that last weekend, I think that was good too with Chris Hemsworth. And I guess Extraction 3 is coming out, and I'm going to assume Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to be in that one. Right, Arnold Schwarzenegger is just all over the place right now. I watch his on Netflix. I watch his special, and it's pretty cool where he came from. It's kind of inspiring to watch those 3 episodes of how we made it as a bodybuilder, as an actor, and then as the governor of California. Yeah, so that was cool. And Bobby is saying, have a blessed night. I save your videos to watch in the night, and I'll stream about the nice food. I hear you, Bobby. I hear you. Yeah. There's always been a nice vibes with the food in this one. And like I tell people, hey, make sure and have something. Hey, Joseph, good night. Make sure and have some food nearby, just to eat while you're watching the videos, or your cravings for such food will increase watching those food vlogs whenever I do food vlogs. Anyway, peeps, it's about that time. So I'm going to wrap up now. Yeah, King Cole Extraction was a great movie. I'm not sure if you all into the sci-fi scene. I saw they dropped The Witcher Season 3 on Netflix this weekend, so I'll be taking in that. And yeah, and I think that's about it. So you all have a great week, have a productive one, have a safe one. Thank you again for joining the Sunday Vibes live. Even though I told you all we'll be doing a workout and it didn't come to fruition because of technical difficulties, again I apologize about that. Next week for sure be doing that. Some compression socks to give away in the upcoming weeks. And yeah, surely just hit me the stats here. They have a they fall short of 200 million, so they bomb. That is the domestic opening and 55. I wonder what is the international opening, but I still think it is less than that. Or they might have a chance to break eventually. I'm not sure based on international stuff, because if it's domestic it's just 55, and I think it was 300 million I think they take to make it, but we'll see what's going on. Yeah, Melanie Emotion, I appreciate it. MS Gemstones. And yeah, I think that's a wrap. I hope you all enjoyed yesterday's video. It was fun. I didn't get to mention this, but the fish fry is a place I need to explore more and visit more in the back of it. Like when I wrote Bongsin, they had a kind of pattern show going on, but I don't catch the pan and I don't catch the Yoruba Drum Festival, which was epic too. And like I said, I didn't, not sure if I mentioned this in the video, but when I got there, it was just, the timing was just right that it just started. So you get all the drummers just lined up and had that session. So that was, thank God I reached at the time I reached to get that, because after that they would have the competition going on. I couldn't stay for it because now we had things to do according to ChatGPT, but I'm grateful that I was able to catch that as well. And I think they have that every year. The Emancipation Support Committee is put on that, so you can follow them and look out for stuff. And I think that's also because Emancipation is coming up in a month's time, so we'll look out for stuff that they're doing as well. So it was fun. And yeah, so at the fish fry they had a pattern going on, and because of the time I reached as well, and behind the tent or the stage they have decks and they have seating and they have open view of the sea and everything. But I'll do a full video on that sometime down the line here. So I say yeah, but it was fun to check out and you actually get barbecue fish, which tasted very, very good. And yeah, right, you all have a good night, have a enjoyable week, and I'll see you all in the next one. Next weekend we'll see how things go. Be safe this week, people. I know last time we had people who were surrounded by smoke and people who was going through thunderstorms. I hope you all are well. In case you are rewatching this or watching this video and on the chat, big up everybody. Oh yeah, and I boxed up somebody today at the grocery that I was in. Big up you all, and I appreciate the support for watching the videos and everything. Good night all, have a great one, and we out. Later peep, God bless, and yeah, have a good one. I'll go on later. Good night, bye. We out. I'll go on later. Yeah.